Hello, peeps, um, and happy new week. I wanted to do a recap on the weekend, but that just didn't work because I met very many people personally. And as we all know, I like people, but some other folks on the spectrum taught me the term I'm peopled out. So YouTube is the place for thinking aloud, and Instagram is the place for then saying something really down to the point that also people who have no connection to me whatsoever might see and might react to. Um, Today it is really sunny again, so this is luxury weather again because like that was also a factor that made the weekend very exhausting. It was stormy and I had to be chose to be out and about with Ferdinand the walker. This walker is obviously not made for the standard Icelandic weather conditions. Like I've encountered a lot of people who have this very model, but it's definitely like it doesn't have winter tires. I'm still trying to figure out if I can winterproof it in some way, even though we are still technically in summer. Um, I haven't seen a single autumn leaf yet, but let's say the schools have started, so some friends may also not be as flexible in meeting anymore, but I still was a little bit peopled out on the weekend. Um, but yeah, back to topic. This walker is very, very light, so I actually have to sometimes artificially make it heavier with my backpack so it doesn't fly away. When there was a big crowd at the culture night, I'm trying to avoid big crowds, but let's say it just so happened that I was at a very calm art exhibition of a friend, which was also advertised as autism friendly, but like after that, people still wanted to hang out a bit and do a bit of stuff. So we went down the main street that was like so full with people that we had to go down another street and hop aside for heaps of police cars. Because like where there is alcohol and people, a lot of people, that can can also cause good reasons for the police to show up. um, but I was happy that I wasn't alone, and I asked people also, like, is this really okay in the crowd? Because like as you might have figured out, many of my friends are in one way or another neurodiverse. um, and then people said, yes, this is okay because we're several and we are sort of in a bubble together. We're talking like about our themes that we're interested in, and we kind of know where we're going. uh, that was like very important to me, and that's also like something to remember. And like when the walker sort of tried to slip to the side in the wind, we were also not alone in like holding it. So yes, I have to get used to um, like now after the summer weather conditions changing. This is like also that means more panic attacks, and that means more clothing. That means I also have to uh, prepare to need more time to get dressed. That means different shoes. Yes, I actually, when I wanted to make a video about the film festival that is a summer event, uh, I also wanted to mention, like, okay, if you go into a place that you don't exactly know and you are kind of an ambulatory wheelchair user, mind wearing good shoes. Um, because, like, the shoes I was wearing, I slipped in the rain all the time, and like, because they were open, I even poured coffee over my foot at some point. Foot and coffee doesn't really mix. So I think this summer was overall a time of, like, getting much more aware of my needs, because I might have mentioned that the idea of writing like a crime and romance novel originated in my friend's phrase, like, write down what you would need in a relation, or, like, also meaning in basically all social interactions. Yes, so this was a good weekend here of learning and revising what I need in social interactions. The weekend actually began with a very calm talk with someone about, like, how to do things really slowly around me, and how to ask me where things really belong in my apartment, and where things really belong in my private sphere. And if uh, I know that sounds strange, but let's say sometimes I do have people who want to help me, and I do have people who don't know how to help me. Um, so let's say, even though it's just an envelope that you're putting away, there can still be something in it that has a meaning, or that even costs money, if you will. So really, I need more slowness in my life. And that means that people who enter my apartment, whatever the reason, they also have to kind of learn to slow down. There is even this song called Slow Down by Laurent Voulzy. Um, One of my personal favorites. And uh, then I met up with someone who also opened up about, like, being more sensitive towards my way of talking than I realized, and we really had a really good conversation, how we want to converse, and how we want to uh, polish the contact, if you will. Um, and that was so nice, because that was so honest. And after that meeting, I met like, even more people at my favorite coffee shop. That was sort of empty, because, like, the people who usually would be there, they were still very tired from the culture night. So from what I hear, the culture night is even like the birthday celebration of the city of Reykjavik. So if that is true, I find it really nice that the city of Reykjavik has a birthday so close to my own birthday, because I really identify with the city of Reykjavik, and I've fallen in love with the city of Reykjavik like 20 years ago. And I find it has changed since, both to the positive and to the negative. And that also means I want to learn how I change, or what is like, what comes natural to change, and what is reasonable to change, and where should I also see in my own life that I have uh, done something good that I should maybe keep doing. um, and I think, like, in the culture night, it was really useful to actually just plan for one event, and then um, still having the room to go, like, spontaneously somewhere else. um and to not go into the crowd alone, and to like now I can actually think more about my future, like how I want to have my future and how I want to deal with the storms of life. So and that I have such good people around me, like people where I feel seen and where I have the feeling they see me, and we can uh, solve issues by talking about them, and by being by getting real about them, and also getting vulnerable about them. And uh, like for some reason it seems to be kind of trendy to paint mushrooms or clay mushrooms, or like do something creative with mushrooms. Like I would say the creature, not the drug, of course. Yeah, uh, I know that there is a certain problem with harvesting uh, psychedelic mushrooms, and I don't encourage that. But let's say mushrooms as a decorative item, um, like these red ones with the white spots, are they called amanitas? They are, or like even fluorescent ones or shiny ones or something. Um, I like those items because like the mushrooms have such a root network, and I love thinking of a root network that maybe I have a network that I don't necessarily see, like the people from 15 years ago who still remember me, and uh, the new people I kind of want to find by being more genuine about like what I need and what I love. Um, I learned that already as a kid, that the mushrooms are basically married to the trees and to particular types of trees, because through the roots, the trees and the mushrooms exchange uh, like nourishment. And you shouldn't rip out mushrooms just on the off the ground. Like you're supposed to kind of, if I understand that right, twist them out of the ground, or cut them with a knife. Uh, I am not collecting mushrooms of any type. My paintings are just like naturally colorful. I don't need any dope to the effect. But I'm following someone on YouTube who forages mushrooms, and also is very sure about which ones are edible and which ones are like also good with what other ingredients. So if someone who actually knows how to do that, I would be open to like collecting my own food in nature for a day. Like it's my understanding that you can use like many wild herbs as spices, but you have to, yeah, you have to kind of know what you're collecting, because some really poisonous thingies look really similar to some non-poisonous thingies. And I didn't like before I watched such YouTube videos, I did not know that hemlock, highly poisonous and known to kill famous philosophers, is related to a carrot. So yes, let's have a great week where we eat consciously and talk consciously, and don't get too peopled out, because people are actually a very interesting species. So I'll see you when I see you. Bye bye.